I told you guys I'd come back on if there was more news, so I'm going to read this to you guys. This comes from Ticketmaster, and they make it sound all rosy and shiny and everything else. This is exactly what they're going to do. These are the exact tactics that they're going to employ to discriminate against you and your family and to force you to get vaccinations. Monday's news that pharmaceutical company Pfizer's early results on a new COVID-19 vaccine showed a 90% efficacy rate on an initial clinical trial have given concert professionals hope that the business can start mounting a return in 2021. As part of that preparation, Ticketmaster has been working on a framework for post-pandemic fan safety. Sorry guys, the other phone here is screwed up there. Get this started again. I'm sorry guys, didn't mean to. There we go. Okay. So I know this other one went down, but this is Ticketmaster and what they're saying right now. So we have treatments, we have cures, we have remedies. Nobody is dying from COVID-19 at this point. Nobody's dying from it. We've got the death rate. Death rates are super low, 0.01 for individuals aged 0 to 40, 0.05 on individuals age 0 to 70. That includes all people, everyone, even those who are at risk. So those who are not at risk, who should be able to live their lives normally at this point, their death rate is infinitesimal. It's completely, and if anybody's dying, it's because of criminal medical negligence, from whatever medical professional that they have sought relief from at this point, because we know what the remedies and the therapies and the treatments and the cures are at this point. But they're still pushing for this vaccine. Why are they pushing for the vaccine, right? It's the big question. But remember what I said, and I said exactly what they were going to do, and everybody said, we're not going to take this, we're not going to take this, we're not going to take this. Everybody that said that this is what it was going to take to stand up against this is where we're at. As a part of the preparation, Ticketmaster has been working on a framework for post-pandemic fan safety that uses smartphones to verify fans' vaccination status. They're going to use the smartphones to verify fans' vaccination status. Do you think that it's Ticketmaster to go to a concert, to go to an event, a sporting event? So now you and your family and your friends that don't want to get this vaccination are going to be completely and utterly discriminated against. 1,000% discriminated against. This will be medical discrimination. This is now having some trouble, so I'm back. Okay. So medical discrimination, this is human discrimination, this is outright discrimination. Many details of the plan, which is still in development phase, will rely on three separate components: the Ticketmaster digital ticket app, third-party health information companies like Clear Health Pass, or IBM's Digital Health Pass. So now you have companies that are talking about health passes. Guys, now magically all of a sudden my phone isn't responding well here. I'm gonna put this up here. Maybe this will work. We'll try this, guys. So now you have companies that have health passes. You have Clear Health Pass, and you have IBM's Digital Health Pass, and testing and vaccine distribution providers like LabCorp and the CVS Minute Clinic. So, plain and simple, guys, you don't get vaccinated, you're not going shopping, you're not going to concerts. They're going to take away your right to use your credit cards. They're going to take your right away to get a vehicle, to get insurance, to go to a doctor. You don't want to get you to work. They're going to do it. It's as plain and as simple as that. You think it's going to just stop and start with concerts? Here's how it would work. If approved, after purchasing a ticket for a concert, fans would need to verify that they have already been vaccinated, which would provide approximately 1 year of COVID-19 protection. So not only are you going to have to get vaccinated, but you're going to have to get vaccinated every year for COVID, which is not killing anybody at all at this point. And everybody is being treated and cured for it with standard remedies and standard treatments. Or test negative for coronavirus approximately 24 to 72 hours prior to the concert. The length of coverage a test would provide would be governed by regional health authorities. So your Erie County Department of Health is going to determine whether you're going to be able to go to a concert or not. And this is what people are accepting. People are perfectly fine with this because they literally think that there are no treatments for COVID right now. They think people are dropping dead. They think because people say that they have cases that people are dropping dead, and they're not. So regional health authorities are going to make the decision. Erie County Health Department is going to decide if you can go to concerts or not. If attendees of a Friday night concert had to be tested 48 hours in advance, most could start the testing process the day before the event. If it was a 24-hour window, most people would likely be tested the same day of the event at a lab or health clinic. Once the test is complete, the fan would instruct the lab to deliver the results of their health pass company like Clear or IBM. If the tests are negative or the fan was vaccinated, the health pass company would verify the attendee's COVID-19 status to Ticketmaster, which would then issue the fan the credentials needed to access the event. You're not going to a concert anymore, guys, unless you get vaccinated. You will not be able to go to a concert. You will not be able to go to any event that is sponsored by Ticketmaster. And do you think it's going to stop there? It's not going to stop there, guys. It's going to extend to every single promoter, every single bar, every single restaurant, every single supermarket. Well, I'm just going to have people shop for me. Well, how are you going to drive? And guys, this is where the discrimination comes from. This is why the mask mandates were so important to fight. This is why the lockdowns were so important to fight, guys. All of the people that said, when it comes to vaccination, that's when I'll stand up and fight. Everybody that just joined, guys, this is Ticketmaster's new regulations that they're putting out. In order to go to a concert or any sporting event, you will have to have had the vaccination. And it would have to get cleared by a health pass company like Clear or IBM. And then you're going to have to get tested as well. You're going to have to get tested. And if you get tested and you're positive, you're not going. And this is going to extend to everything, guys. It's going to extend to college. You think for a second, everything that the mask mandates apply to, guys, every single thing that the mask mandates apply to right now, this vaccination mandate is going to apply to. Guaranteed. You got to get a vaccine to work. You got to get a vaccine to go out shopping. You got to get a vaccine to get insurance, a vaccination to drive. We already know that's happening down in countries like New Zealand. There are still many details to work out, but the goal of the program is for fans to take care of vaccines and testing prior to the concert and not show up hoping to be tested on site. So you have an option to get tested and not get vaccinated, but your test has to come up negative. Or you got to get tested on site. Ticketmaster would not store or have access to fans' medical records and would only receive verification of whether a fan is cleared to attend an event on a given date. Different states will have different requirements. The main role of companies like Health Pass companies will be to collect data from testing and medical providers and deliver status updates to partner companies in secure, encrypted way that complies with Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA. There's no HIPAA that's involved in this. To date, the Food and Drug Administration has not approved any third-party companies to provide their complex technology needed to deliver real-time vaccination results. But Ticketmaster President Mark Yovich expects the demand for digital screening services, which will be needed for digital screening services. Here we go. They're going to be needed for airline travel. You're going to have to get your vaccination. It's saying it right here, guys. It's saying it right here. You're going to need your vaccination for airline travel. You're going to need your vaccination for employment verification and theme park entry. Will attract a new wave of investors. This is like the rosy part of it, right? That it's going to attract a new wave of investors and entrepreneurs to fuel the growth of new COVID-19 technology sector. New COVID-19 technology sector. We're already seeing all kinds of rosy. We're already seeing that many third-party healthcare providers prepare to handle the vetting, whether that is getting a vaccine, taking a test, or other methods of review and approval, which could then be linked via a digital ticket so everyone entering the event is verified. Yovich tells Billboard. Ticketmaster's goal is to provide enough flexibility and options that venues and fans have multiple paths to return to events, and is working to create integrations of our API leading digital ticketing technology as we will look to tap into the top solutions based on what's greenlit by officials and desired by clients. For Ticketmaster, 2 new technologies at the companies will help its clients scale the program. The first is digital ticketing that's linked to a fan's identity. So, man, wow. So now in order to go to any event that Ticketmaster hosts, and it's going to be every promoter, you think it's going to stop right here. It's not. You are going to, it's digital, right? It's digital, so it's got to be good. Digital ticketing that's linked to your identity. It eliminates paper tickets, which are just so horrible to use, right? A paper ticket is just absolutely, it's a nightmare to use. I don't know why anybody would use a paper ticket, right? And can be restricted from being transferred or resold. Ticketmaster also plans to deploy its new smart event system, which helps event organizers and fans manage social distancing, delayed entry, and provide possible opportunities for contact tracing. Oh boy, that makes me want to go to any concert, right? Many of the safety parameters will be set by regional health officials and event organizers. That means your Department of Health that is mandating masks right now and shutting down your businesses for no reason will now be the determining factor as to whether you can go to a concert and do anything, any sporting event. Event organizers also have the ability to set their own prevention protocols like sanitation, mask compliance, and social distancing. Because Ticketmaster tickets the vast majority of sports league in the United States, as well as concert venues, they're saying this like it's a good thing, and Live Nation owned properties, so they own properties, the implementation of their COVID-19 plan will be an important milestone for the live entertainment industry. Super important, guys. Super important to make sure your rights are trampled on for a virus that is completely and totally and utterly non-lethal, has preventatives, has treatments, has cures, has remedies with 100% effect right now. Nobody's dying from it, but we need these measures. In order for live events to return, technology and science are going to play huge roles. Technology and science, okay. Well, the science isn't playing into this decision at all. In establishing integrated protocols so that fans, artists, and employees feel safe returning to the venues, because it's all about everyone feeling safe all the time, everywhere. Says Marianne Herman, co-founder and principal, Rebuild 20. I don't know what Rebuild 20 is. Somebody look that up, please. That sounds scary and frightening as hell. Which focuses on helping entertainment and live event companies, develop COVID-19 strategies, integrating ticketing platforms with the guests' verified testing results is one key way to, here's the word again, reimagine. Oh, wow. There's no plan for all this, is there? They just keep using these same words, all these same hot terms, right? How we're going to get fans back to live events. The experience of attending live events will look completely different. Of course it will. New normal, right? But innovation married with consistent implementation will provide a framework to get the live sports and event industry back to work. Guys, remember when I talk about centralization of businesses and nationalization of businesses? You know why you only have Lowe's and then Home Depot, and you know why you have Wegmans and Tops, and then just some other small little companies, and now locally here Speedway. I always wondered why Speedway came in and took over everything locally here, right? But now, if you're going to reach out to concert venues, Ticketmaster, concert providers and promoters, and you're going to have them put in place measures so simply that will discriminate against anybody else from going to a concert if you don't have that vaccination. What's going to stop a company like Speedway? And I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but it just seemed very odd to me when we had all these multiple gas stations, gas companies that ran these gas stations, and then all of a sudden Speedway came in. And the owner of Speedway is out of Ohio, I believe. I did a little bit of research on it. And he owns several different, throughout all the states. But just another way, how simple and easy would it be for anybody that goes to a Speedway for them to say, hey, you're out at the thing, you got to have your health pass. You got to have your Clear Health Pass or your IBM Health Pass in order to get any gas from that location. Guys, it's coming. I mean, if this is extending to concerts right now, it will permeate. And they said it right there, guys. Employment, what was the other? There were a couple other things. Flight, taking a flight. You're not going to be able to fly, guys, until you get a vaccination. It's right here. They try to keep it all sweet and innocent sounding. Bill Gates, let's go back in time and let's talk about what Bill Gates said. And let's talk about what, government scientists and researchers were saying. We have medical digital IDs that can be put into these vaccinations. We have encrypted technology. We have nanobots. We're getting these, they've got all the research and they've got all the patents on all the nanobots that are in there that they could put into these vaccinations. Bill Gates talked about that. Digital imprinting, basic minimum income, BMI, that has been a very big thing that people are talking about. It doesn't get any more frightening and real, guys. I mean, if you have doubted it, if you have doubted what is happening, if you've doubted what people like I have been saying, there's been so many people like me putting these warnings out here from the very beginning. This is as real as it gets. You literally have Ticketmaster admitting no one will be able to go to a concert without having a vaccination or being tested. You'll have to get tested if you don't have that vaccination. And in the way it sounds to me, there's not even going to be an option for just testing. If they're leaving it open right now, that they're just leaving it open for it to make it sound a little bit better. But in my opinion, the way it read, vaccinations, you're not going to be able to attend a concert, sporting event, anywhere. Clear and utter discrimination, guys. Don't think for a second the same exact way that they got you to wear that mask, it's going to be the same exact way your employer is going to it's going to force you to take that vaccination. If you work in medicine, if you're a teacher, if you're anywhere, you will be forced to get this vaccination. New Zealand is already putting it in place that you cannot get insurance. You can't get insurance or drive your vehicle get it. You can't register a vehicle. You can't even get a driver's license if you don't have the vaccination. Magically and mysteriously right now, you have a company, Pfizer, that has produced a vaccination that is 90% effective right now. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with these phones. I don't think anybody was watching on that other side, but really, I got to do this with a phone in 2020, right? 5G. Yeah, that's really working really well. So anyways, you will, and guys, I don't know, is the vaccination bad or not? I don't know. What I do know is this. I do know that Fauci and every other medical professional said that they would not be able to produce a COVID-19 vaccination. All that information is gone now. You probably find it somewhere on the dark web or possibly BitChute. They are out there saying impossible, mutates too quickly, you can't do it. Now, all of a sudden, after it's impossible, all of these medical professionals for all these years saying it's impossible, it's impossible, it's impossible. And I'm not saying that, okay, well, they put their minds to it and now they've got it figured out, but why? Why the need for a vaccination when you have dozens of preventatives, treatments, cures, remedies? Why? That's for what reason? Because even if you have, if COVID is out there, it's still going to be out there. Like, the viruses don't go away. These people literally think in their minds that, and this is what they've convinced everybody of, that if you produce a vaccine, that the virus is gone. It's automatically gone, and you're going to be safe. And that's not proven, guys. If anybody is saying it's 90% effective at this point, you got to question that. In my opinion, that is a bold-faced and outright lie. They don't have any vaccination for any strain of flu right now that is that effective. They don't. But now all of a sudden they can, and they do. And why would they tell you it's that effective? Because they want as many people to get it as they can, right? They get everybody off the plate, initially. And then after that, it's going to be, we're going to pick up everybody else through things like concerts, airlines, vehicle registration, insurance, employers, schools, going to schools, all of those things. And maybe it even trickles down to gas companies, like Speedway. Again, when you nationalize and centralize businesses and corporations, that's what makes it this easy. When Ticketmaster absorbed all of those other companies and became the sole promoter, it makes it very easy. They say it makes it very easy for us because we own these venues and, we provide 90% of the tickets to the country. Yeah, that's scary. That's called a monopoly normally, but not now in the age of where they are trying to get every single one of your freedoms. And, what are those freedoms? It's control, guys. It's all about control of you. They want to know exactly what you're doing all the time when you're doing it. I don't know why. I don't have an answer for that, but that's what they want to do. What do you think having a nanobot inside you is going to do? What do you think having, a digital medical ID is going to do? What do you think having digital BMI is going to do inside you? What do you think it's going to do? Why they want to track everybody, I don't know. Why they feel it's necessary to have this stuff inside you, I don't know. But they've all admitted that this is what they want to do. And this is further evidence of that, guys. If there was ever a time for you guys to start standing up, to start having those conversations with family and friends, now's that time. If you were that person that said, I am going to wait for for when they decide to force the vaccinations, there it is, guys. What do you want to do? You want to wait until your loved one can't go to school or college to start fighting? Now's the time, guys. And you know how to start fighting. You know what to do. I've told you a million times. I know, Allison, it's absolutely sick. It is completely demented that kids that are at home in their own schools being taught virtually, they're coming up with a reason to force vaccinations on kids and students. I'm going to read this off to you guys so that you guys can read it yourself. It looks like it is, oh God, where? They make it so tough with these URLs. Anyways, trying to get to it, guys. I apologize. It is on Billboard. That was an article in Billboard magazine. And it looks like it says Ticketmaster vaccine check concerts plan. So that is on in Billboard magazine, Ticketmaster vaccine check concerts plan. I'll do my best to attach this link to this video so you guys can see it, but you know, I wish I could say I was surprised. I wish I could say, you know, we didn't see this coming. I wish I could say that, you know, I and so many others didn't warn everybody. But the day the lockdown started, that's what this is the end game. The vaccination, the forced vaccinations are the end game, guys. Anyways, sorry to throw the bad news at you guys, but enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.